So there's a moment in my life that I could still see clearly like it was yesterday. I was not supposed to be rapping that day, yo. Let me break it down for y'all, man. So basically, this was maybe freshman year, sophomore year in high school. More likely freshman year. I was hanging with the guys around, around town, around the neighborhood, and we was getting into whatever. And this was the first, I think freshman year was the first time I actually started smoking weed. We would smoke weed. We would, be around neighborhood doing what young dudes do. And one of the things that we did a lot was we would kick our freestyle sessions. Now, me at this time, this was prior to, my cousin showing me how to record and make music and make beats and write lyrics. Of course, we were still inspired by hip hop, but at that time, I was not rapping at all. I was not writing lyrics. I wasn't doing anything rap-wise at all. The thing that I was known for in school amongst my peers was I was the guy that made the beats. I was the dude that if a session kicked off in the lunchroom, I was the dude banging on the lunch table. That was my role. I was the quote unquote, I guess, the beat maker, producer, DJ, and that was my identity at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, freshman year, shout out to my homie Jonathan, Dion, all the guys that I used to kick it with. We would get out of school early, somebody would roll up, we'll blow back, talk shit for a little bit, then be like, yo, they kick a beat. So, of course, I'll be the one to kick a beat. And this happened, like every day. We was doing the same thing. And something different happened this one particular day. We were hiding out in somebody's shed, in somebody's backyard. It was a big shed. You know what I'm saying? We smoking, getting high, whatever. It's like, yo, kick a beat. Of course, I kick a beat. Everybody's, freestyling. I remember Sherrod was there too. Shout out Sherrod. Sherrod, PL was there. And so I'm not trying to incriminate nobody, man. We didn't do nothing wrong that day. We was just, kicking the freestyle. And so, we go around the session just like we passing the blunt. Session, this nigga rap, this nigga rap, this nigga rap. And they got around. And for some strange reason, this nigga John, I don't know why shout out to John, but I don't know why he pushed me to rap. This wasn't the first time he did this. You know what I'm saying? Beforehand, I was like, nah, I'm just making the beats. This time, he was adamant about it, like, nigga, spit something. And I don't know what was different this time, but he was like, yo, spit something. He started making the beat. So now, the pressure is on me. Everybody's looking at me like he talking to you. You rap. We ain't never heard you spit nothing. You rap. It's your turn now. Something just triggered in me. I just start rapping. And this is all off the top of the head, just freestyle. And I don't remember exactly what I was saying, but I just remember the last line. I said something like, I get it hot like the law. And I think this was like a 60, however many bars. And I finished rapping. I looked around and niggas was dapping up like excitingly, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember seeing the look on dudes' faces, like shocked, surprised. And this is a story I also tell in my song Endo. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't heard it yet, check out my song Endo. But this is more of an in-depth look of what happened that day. Same exact day, I'm looking around and, you know what I'm saying? Like John and Dion, they shaking up. Hey, folks, this shit was actually bro as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And what that did to me, like, I'm like, damn, was it really that good? Because, of course, we howled our mind. I don't remember anything that I said other than that last line. I just remember Words were just flowing out of me, man. And I just zoned out. Now, thankfully, that happened. I don't know if that would have happened if I wasn't high, though. And here's the key of the story, man, was I gained a newfound confidence after that day. There was something that clicked in me, seeing how everybody else responded to what I was saying and what I was doing in that moment. It's way different than anything else that I experienced at that time. Now, of course, if you are aware, if you listen to episode 1, you know that I used to be in the church and I used to sing in the choir, performing this and that. Never could I pinpoint a time where it was just me by myself and I actually performed and I actually impressed somebody. This moment was the first time. And now, of course, you know, we have to look at the frame of the scene. Like, yeah, we just a couple of young knuckleheads smoking weed, freestyling in somebody's backyard. But if you look deeper into the situation, the scenario, you understand this is the beginning. This was the foundation, the spark that started the confidence that I needed to become the artist that I am today. Without that moment, you know what I'm saying, let me had been somebody who, you know what I'm saying, was just, you know, like some square that was just in the crib that never came outside, this and that, you know what I'm saying, like that eventually became who I, you know, my identity after I started making music. I ain't come outside, I was always making beats and writing, but before that, you know what I'm saying, I was outside. I wanted to be around the cool kids or whatever. And I was doing what the cool kids were doing at the time. Even though it wasn't the most positive, you know what I'm saying, influence on me, it was still life-changing. And I don't know if I would be the same person today without that one particular moment. And that is why that mattered so much. And this is why I wanted to tell this story, because maybe you had a similar moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to know, like, what that moment was for you when you figured out your gift, or when you had that first initial spark that, wait a second, there's something there. Because beforehand, I was, like I said, I was inspired by hip hop, but never did I actually visualize me being such a heavy participant and actually being as good as I became eventually. And maybe you had an initial moment as well. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, you were an athlete, basketball player, or maybe you were, I don't know, you're a singer, or maybe a race car driver, or whatever you are, whatever you do, whatever your gift is, there was a moment that happened that was an eye-opener, not just for everybody else, but for you, the moment that you needed to realize, wait a second, I could actually be good at this. That was my moment. Smoking weed with the homies on the block, freestyling. Without that, I wouldn't be here in front of you telling the story, man. And this is also, too, I want to give inspiration and motivation for people who maybe are still at a certain juncture in their journey and they haven't gotten that spark, or they haven't received that belief in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is unique to them. Your journey is unique to you. You probably had that moment already, but maybe the belief dissipated a little bit. Listen, I'm here to tell you, as long as you are still alive, it is never too late to reignite that spark. This is exactly what I'm doing. I am reigniting, reinvigorating that spark that was set and ignited that day with my homies. And that's it, man. That's pretty much what encapsulates this story, as well as what encapsulates, I believe, a lot of other people's stories. But your story is the most important. I'm curious to know, what was your spark? What was that moment that somebody saw more in you than you saw in yourself. Curious. This is mine. What was yours? Now, if you would like to go a little deeper with me, pause, and you would like to hear more of the narrative of, okay, that was the spark. What happened after that? Come on in. Join the ecosphere of Fable Angelo. Join the tribe of late bloomers. We're here to inspire. We're here to motivate. We're here to tell you that it's never too late to pursue your dreams and give your gifts to the world. There should be a link. And I also have an EP of another late bloomer, another narrative of somebody who bloomed late in life and understood their purpose later in life. Now, this EP, I failed to mention before, this is not public. This is not available to everybody. This is not streaming on platforms. This is only available to people who come in and lock in with me. This is my gift to you, and it's totally free of charge, but it's only exclusive to you. The only way you hear it is if you come in, click the link, join in, lock in with me, man. Or you can just, sit by the sideline, man, and hope that something happens, something magical comes into your life and gives you purpose. But with that being said, man, my name is Fable Angelo. If you don't know, now you know. Until we meet again, I bid you all farewell. God bless. I have many more stories in hand for you. And that's it, man. Deuces.